Welcome back to another Tuesday night shiur. I hope everyone had a nice, good week so far. This shiur is sponsored for
Nathaniel Ben Nava
for what? Refuah Shlema Nathaniel Ben Nava. May Hashem give him a spiritual
and his brother Or.
They both have a Refuah Shlema, Refuah Nefesh, Refuah Guf. Okay. Let's go. What's this week's parasha?
Kitavo.
והיה כי תבוא אל הארץ, אשר אדוני אלוהיך נותן לך, נחלה ורשתה, וישבת בה. This is the final parasha of the mitzvot. I was going through the Ramban today, and basically Moshe Rabbeinu in this sefer, this book of Dvarim, which is broken down into 10 parashiot, this is the final one that he's basically probably so you're going into Eretz HaKodesh. You're going in. That's it. Now you know what to do, what not to do, how not to do, who to follow, who not to follow, and so on and so forth. But in the beginning of this week, if you really read it, it's like you're reading a piece of the Haggadah. If anyone reads the Haggadah on Pesach, you see that it's word for word in this week's parasha. And there's something that's very, very important that I think we don't value enough. We don't value this enough. This concept we don't value. And it physically and mentally bothers me very much. That people do not value this. I think they don't believe in it, they don't understand it, they don't know it, they're lazy. And I'll read you the pasuk. Basically, Moshe Rabbeinu was telling you that the Jews had a hard time, and they were in Egypt, and they got caught up with so much work. Paro gave them so much work that they couldn't focus on themselves until they reached a breaking point. People don't appreciate their downfalls. If a person would appreciate their downfalls, they would never complain. Because until a person doesn't hit rock bottom, he'll never want to improve, or she will never want to improve. It's only once you hit rock bottom, when you reach a certain point in your life, that's when you say, enough, I'm done. I can't anymore. I can't. I need to get out of it. Until you don't reach that rock bottom, unfortunately, people don't get that. They don't understand that I can't get out of it. But here's the sakana. The sakana is when you hit rock bottom, do you stay on rock bottom? Or do you motivate yourself? And again, this is a key word. Motivate yourself. People are looking for crutches. People are looking for other people to motivate them. Those are good. That's good. I'm here is very nice. But at the end of the day, what matters is when you leave this room, do you take the message and do you take the chizuk with you throughout the day and throughout the weeks and throughout your life? Or do you leave it and get inspired for 30 seconds and say, oh, if it was just that easy, the rabbi doesn't really understand what I go through, and just walk out. That's the problem of human nature. So what is this thing that I'm talking about? V'nitzak el Hashem Elokei Avoteinu. And they scram out to God. Rashi says, what does this mean? And they scram out to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What did they do different now? This is the Rashi in Parashat B'Shalach Bo, that when the Jews left, it says the same the pasuk. This V'nitzak is, and they prayed. And the Jewish people prayed. We prayed, and we found our salvation after we prayed. We don't understand the importance and the fundamental necessity of prayer. We think prayer is the most boring, obnoxious waste of time. And that's the problem. The problem is because we don't understand what it means to have a relationship. Every relationship we have, we feel we have it because we want to get something out of it. There needs to be a sense of, I need to gain. There needs to be something that I talui, I'm dependent on. For example, the relationship between a child and his parent is a relationship that they see the return. That father and mother takes care of them, they do things for them, and so on and so forth. The relationship a person has with his girlfriend is, she looks good for me, and she does things for me, and I have to do things for her. There is a give and take over here. The problem with us is when we say we want to have a relationship with God, but I do everything for God, I don't say anything, so what's the point? It's very funny. Always before a test, everyone becomes righteous. Everyone becomes tzaddikim, tzadkaniyot, they read Tehillim, they all daven, oh Hashem, please, we love you. Suddenly, they even pray a couple of weeks after the test until they get the test results. Right after, God's put on a back burner. He's only there when we need Him. He's only there when, if I'm in the mood. And that's our problem. It's such a big problem because we don't understand. The more we invest in our relationship between us and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the more we will see open miracles. Open results we will see. If I'm not going to invest my time on my relationship with God, what do you think is going to happen? It's just going to, my relationship is going to be good with God out of thin air? It doesn't work that way. You need to invest. You need to put. And God heard our voice, it says. He heard it. Vayishma Hashem et kolenu. And God heard our voice. Because until we don't invest, until we don't reach that breaking point, again, a breaking point is so vital. It's so needed. When a person calls me and says, Rabbi, I can't anymore. I'm done. I'm fed up with life. I can't handle it. Both sides, guys and girls. So the question you have to ask yourself when you get to that point is, what do I do at this point? I have nothing to lose. I have nothing to gain either. I'm in such a broken point, and it's such a broken place in my life. What do you have to lose to have a relationship with God? Nothing. Nothing else is working regardless. Might as well invest in your relationship between you and your Creator. How come we don't do it? Because we want to see fast results. We think everything has to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No. Things that happen fast also leave fast. Things that come slowly and takes time, that grows into an everlasting relationship. That's what you're looking for. We're in the Chodesh Elul, Chodesh Rachamim V'Asalichot, the month of mercy, the month of loftiness, the month of only good. We're going into Chodesh Tishrei, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. That's the whole month of prayer. It's a whole month of just, you actually feel godliness. You go into shul, you hear the shofar, you're fasting, you're getting ready for Sukkot, you build the sukkah, you have the lulav, the etrog, the decoration, the kids, the songs, the music. Hoshana Rabbah comes, and then comes Simchat Torah, everyone's together, everyone feels the vibe, everyone's on a high. Poof! The Chagim, and decline. Mayday, 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 help us. Mayday, we're dying. Mayday. You know why you're dying? I tell you why you're dying. Because when you're doing it, you're not doing it because you want to build that relationship. You're doing it because now everyone else is doing it. You're not telling yourself, this prayer that I'm going through with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I want to have this sense of feeling the whole year. Not I need to feel it the whole year. And that's why the next month, we're all going to be on a high. We don't even realize how good we feel. Until when? Until the Chagim end. So why don't we take it with us? Why? Because we're not doing it l'shem shamayim. We're not doing it for the proper reasons, really. We're doing it because, there's a certain hype. Everyone's hyped up. Everyone's dressing the best. Everyone's looking the best. Everyone's in their mode. Everyone's in the mood. I want to be part of the mood. No. That's not called motivation. That's called being a follower. That's not a hype. That's a fake. So you have to motivate yourself. How do you do that? I tell you how you do that. By starting to learn the translation of the Siddur. Until you will not open up a Siddur and you will not learn word for word what I am saying. Modeh ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam, she'echezachta bi nishmati, b'chemadcha b'amunatach. What does this mean? Hashem saying, you're thanking God for giving back your soul which you don't even deserve. You don't deserve to be alive. You don't. And if not for Him that loves you so much and has such a mercy for you and has faith for you and believes in you, and He gave it back to you. That's how you're supposed to feel when you say Modani in the morning.
You have to believe.
Not only you have to feel it. If you don't wake up with that crazy hyper, that ADHD to a max, you're not feeling Modani. You know what you feel? Repetitiveness, robotic. You're a robot. Okay, where's that? I have to wash my hands. I need like this. You go to the bath, everything robotic. Of course, your Torah is going to be robotic. Of course, your Torah is going to be nothing. I don't feel God. Of course, you're a robot. Robots don't feel; they just do. You're a robot. So how do I feel? You feel by getting involved with your siddur. Your siddur has to be, that sefer has to be the most with tears, the most with the rip marks, the most with the wrinkle, the most with everything. This has to be your life. The siddur is your life because this is your connection between you and your master. Your connection between you and God is the siddur, it's nothing else. You can do all the mitzvot and feel nothing. Zero. Absolutely pointless. Empty to the highest level. So empty that you don't even know why you're doing it at the end. You're like, what am I doing? I'm wasting my time. I'm a fake. If people don't think of this on their day-to-day, it's sad. They're so in the garbage, they already don't realize it. For what? So how do you get to the mood? How do I get there? You take a siddur. I will pay. I will sponsor everyone's siddur. Whoever's going to say, I will go to the store and I will buy them an English Hebrew siddur, not to pray with the English. You pray with the Hebrew, but on your own time every day, 5 minutes. That's all you need. 5 minutes. Within 4 months, you'll finish the whole shacharit. And mincha has everything that it has in shacharit. Arvit, a little tweak here and there, but it has almost every single thing identical. Until you're not going to make a difference and say, I want to have this relationship, you're never going to feel anything. Because the most intimate time a person has with his Creator is during prayer. The reason why you don't feel it is because you don't care for it. You don't care for it because for you it's just, you don't believe it. You think you're talking to the wall. It's nothing. Rabbi, I'm in a shul, goddammit. Who are you lying to? I'm not lying to anyone. You're foolish to be in shul and not believe in it. That's the funny thing. You're an idiot. You're a tipesh. That's how you want to serve your Creator? Every single pain, agony, challenge, difficulty you have in your life can be healed by prayer. Prayer is therapy. People don't understand that. Prayer is the ultimate way of getting connected to your Creator. It has music, has an understanding, it has a connection, it has a desire, it has a will. I don't understand. Sometimes I go to places, I see how people just want to get rid of it. Like, what are you doing? Who are you lying to? You're lying to yourself. Pokeach ivrim, thank Hashem, you have eyes. Oh, Rabbi, it's so repetitive, but of course it's gonna. You eat every day? Can I ask you? Why are you repetitively eating? Don't eat one day. Stop eating already. How much can you eat? How much can you eat already? Don't eat today. Today, don't breathe. Your heart, your lung already maxed out in breathing. It's too repetitive. Stop breathing. Make me a favor. You know what? 5 minutes. Just stop breathing. That's it. That's all I want is 5 minutes. You cannot live. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. You guys are spiritually dead. You guys are dead. You're spiritually dead. Done. Finished. It's like there's no point of living. To be a robot, God doesn't need. He has angels for that. He doesn't need you to be a robot. He has plenty of creations that are robots. He doesn't need humans to be robots. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created this sense, this neshama that we have, this neshama that has a drive to do things. It's called the nefesh habehemit. He created it for us in order to elevate us. Our godly soul doesn't want anything bad. Everything is perfect for it. Our animalistic soul, our teva, to do, wants us to. The only way you tame your Yetzer Hara is through prayer. You cannot tame it through anything else. What does the Gemara say? If the Yetzer Hara comes to you, where do you take him? Take him to the Beit Midrash. If he doesn't calm down in the Beit Midrash, what do you say? You say Shema. Why? Why you say Shema? Why? Out of everything. Say Modat. Say, I don't know. Start reading Aseret Dibrot. Read the Chumash. Why say Shema? Do you know why? Because when you say Kriyat Shema, that's the most intimate time you have with your Creator. You're actually saying, God, you are one. It's like saying to your wife, Lahavdil, Elef Alfei Havdalot, I only love you. When you say Shema, you have to get to the point, Hashem, you're the only thing in existence. I want to devote myself, my life, my soul, my spirit, everything I have in my life, just to you. That's the level you have to reach when you say Shema. And how is our Shema? Finished. You expect to have a relationship with your Creator? Who are you fooling? The Torah says black and white. Cry out to God. Pray to Him. I don't understand. God gives you an opportunity 3 times a day to come to Him. 3. It goes for you too. Don't think you're exempt from this. You guys don't have problems. You have more problems than the men. Everything bothers you guys. You guys for sure have to pray. You have to pray 10 times a day. Hashem said, I want to help you. But if you're not going to open up to me, why should I help you? Why should I help you? Open up. What's going on? Let me be there for you. We're depriving ourselves. We're doing this to ourselves. We're cutting our own hands and feet. And then we complain, oh God, why you did this to me? You did it to yourself, you shut. God didn't do it to you. God didn't do it to you. You did it to yourself. Before you start davening, you have to be mitbonen that your nefesh habehemit wants to help your nefesh elokit. Your animalistic desire is here to help your godliness in order to elevate it to do more. The godly soul is also a robot. It's a robot. Your animal soul, your desires, your drives, your tavot, you have to channel it. You can never destroy it. That's who you are. You have to channel it to do Torah mitzvot. If you're not going to channel it, you're destroying it. I give you a gift. You take the gift and you say, I'm going to fix it up the way I want it. What did you do to the gift? You destroyed it. How foolish are we to take the gift we have and throw it in the garbage? And the greatest gift is our Siddur. Tefillah is so sweet if we know what we're saying. David HaMelech said, I am a tefillah all day. I daven all day, Hashem. That's what David HaMelech said. I daven to you all day, God. That's what I do for a living. All day you are my sicha. That's what I am. David HaMelech's life, what it was? From the beginning of his conception until the last day of his life, people were against him. And what did he say? All my life I just want to thank you. And you think you have a bad life? Huh? His father thought he was a bastard child. His brothers were waiting for him to die. He was the embarrassment of humanity. His father-in-law wanted to kill him. His wife used to make fun of him. His sons took his concubines and went against and built an army double of his size. Can you imagine? And at the end of his life, he couldn't even give it quietly his throne to Shlomo HaMelech. Already had another son building an army against his other son. And all his life he said, what? I only want to praise you, God. And what are you crying about? Because you can't find a job? What are you crying about? Can't find a wife? What are you crying about? What are you missing in your life that you're crying? Can I know? Anyone want to kill you? Huh? What are you missing? What are you missing in your life? Can I know? You're not missing anything. You complain all day. That's what we do. We're complainers. And then we expect God to help us. Oh, help us. You said thank you one time for your challenges? Did you ever say thank you for all the pain you had in your life? Until you cannot comprehend and love the pain that you have, you'll never grow. Ever. Ever in your life. You'll never grow. Because growth comes through pain. Growth comes through challenges. Without it, you'll never understand it. You can't understand the good in your life until you feel a little bit of the hardship of your life. So the hardship you have in your life is only a reminder of all the good that you really have in your life. And what do? We just complain. Hashem said, don't complain, pray. If you pray, I'll give you everything you desire. And he says in this week's parasha, give the first of your fruits to me. Adam, why do I have to give the first of my fruits? Appreciation that I took you out of Mitzrayim. Until we don't realize the good God does for us, we'll never ever in our life be able to thank Him. We have to come to a conclusion and to a realization that regardless how I think my life is going, both, even if I think it's going for the bad or if I think it's going for the good, I have to thank Him for it. Because I don't run the world. I only see face value. I don't see the bigger picture. I don't see it. I'm going to give you a small example. I remember years ago when my wife was finishing for her exams to become a therapist, special ed therapist. Now, human nature, when you get too comfortable, you don't like to grow. Comfortable? Oh yeah, normal. I'm good. I'm good. Tazvoti, leave me alone. You're gonna make more money. No, I'm good. I am good. She worked at a place for 2-3 years. She got very comfortable, and we were supposed to have our third child, and she got fired. Why? Because she was supposed to give birth in September. That means she had to be off for another 2 months, and the person has to pay the salary when she's off. And the guy said, I'm gonna fire you. So a relative of mine said, sue the guy. He's not allowed to do that. You're gonna make good money. So we went to the lawyer. We wanted to do it. And my wife said, I can't sue another Yid. Even though he's wrong. I can't do it. I don't have it in me. Is she wrong or right? We're not going to talk about that. The lawyer got on the phone with me. He said, is your wife Majnun? Your wife is crazy. This is a pure win battle. You're not going to lose. I guarantee it to you. My wife said, I don't care. I'm not doing it. She didn't yet have her certification to become a teacher. Within 3 months, she took her 3-4 exams that she needed to take, and she passed all of them. You know why she passed? Not because she didn't do it. She didn't sue her boss. Because she broke out of her comfortable state and said, I have no choice but to take action. When she got fired, she was worried, how are we going to pay the bills? We don't have enough money to put food on the table. How are we going to make it? She said, Hashem has a plan, but I don't know what it is yet. But I know He has a plan. You know what was His plan? That she should be an independent person. If we always take face value and judge by our face value, our challenges on face value, we'll never progress. Ever. We have to take our face value challenges and say, what can I learn from this? What good is going to come out of this? And even though we don't see the good at the moment, or we cannot even fathom that there will be a good at the moment, we can't fathom it even. How can you say there's going to be a good after such a tragedy? But there is. There's a personal story with me that happened a year and a half ago. I'm not ready to say this story yet. I don't know when I will be, but I promise you, when I went through this specific challenge, and it was very difficult for me. Very, very. Now, today, I see why it happened. It was so difficult, I was going crazy. It affected my whole family. Now I see why it happened, and every day I rethink it. Besides having a small anxiety, I say thank you, Hashem, because now I see the result that came out of it. The challenges you have and you went through needed to happen. It only happened because you really needed it. Why? Because without it, you wouldn't be who you are today. The question is, how do you act on it? You're going to sob about it and let it go, or you're going to take action and grow from it. And that's where they say the ball is in your court. Can't find the shidduch. How much do you pray for the shidduch? How much? I ask guys that are already in their 30s. Rabbi, I already stopped praying. Zakali Karochi, they say, I'm done. I'm tired of praying for. Where is she? Is she even born yet, Rabbi? What am I going to be 60? She's going to be what, 20? How long do I have to pray? I'm tired of this. Every single day. Every single day. You got to be a nudge. You got to be a nudge. Rosh Hashanah's coming. The head of all the bracha of the year. The head, the bulk is coming down. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to worry about what clothes to wear more than where can I pray quietly, nicely? Are you going to care where my friend's going, or where's the best minyan that I know I can pray quietly and have a concentration? The Chagim is not the time to show off. Those people are not writing if you're going to be b'chaim, or God forbid the opposite. They're not writing it. It's not their choice. Showing off to people is not going to get you anywhere good. You don't need that. You don't need validation from people. You need to do what's right. I need to go to a minyan that I know I will pray and concentrate. I need to go to a minyan that I'm not going to get judged every 5 minutes. I need to go to a minyan that I know people are yirat shamayim here. They're not phony balonies. They're not a mask. It's not a show. That's where I gotta go. I need to go to a minyan that the Chazan I know has yirat shamayim. He's not just some artist that can sing good. All this plays an effect. Every single one. I need to buy a etrog lulav that I know when I'm gonna hold it, I'm gonna feel such a devotion to a God. Not to get the most expensive one and go to shul. Wow, look what I got. You see this? How much do you think I spend on this? Huh? What do you think? Tell me. No. B'chayecha. Tagid li. $400. What is $400, Rabbi? What is that? I spend more. And then you ask him in Chol Hamoed, did you shake the lulav? I forgot. So why did you buy it? Why did you buy that etrog? Rabbi. You know who I am? Do you know who I am? Do I give a crap who you are? You spend a fortune, you hustle around the world, and you can't shake the lulav etrog during Chol Hamoed. Hoshanot, you didn't go to shul to be mashpit, to being mamshich, all that you prayed for Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. It's a process. Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur doesn't end. The process is through Sukkot. It goes until Hoshana Rabbah. If you don't do all that, you're missing out. Imagine investing, working all your life. Suddenly you get to the age of 15, you want to retire. You say, no, I'll wait another year. And then suddenly you get to 55, God forbid, you get hit by a car. Everything you worked for went to who? Not to you. It went to somebody else. This is what it means. It says a person can work hard and not enjoy from his labor. Someone else will come and take it from him. Give me an example, Rabbi. Yeah, I know people that worked all their life, they had millions of dollars in their bank account. Boom, one day they died. Who got all their money? The kids are enjoying now. You didn't get to enjoy your own money. What was the point of working? What was the point of all that if you can't enjoy it? What's the point of going to Shul Rosh Hashanah? People don't hear the shofar Rosh Hashanah. Are you joking with me? It's a doraita. For men, you must listen to the shofar. What's the question? Davening is too long, Rabbi. I can't handle being in... Rabbi, they sell for 30 hours, Rabbi. So go to a shul that doesn't sell for too long. There are shuls that I know that they stay in shul the whole day on Rosh Hashanah. From the morning until the night. Rabbi said, you're getting judged that day. I don't think you understand. Your mom is getting judged. With the judgment that happens to you on that day affects your whole life. Why aren't you praying? There's thousands of things I can give you to pray for. Wife, kids, health, parents, fortune. Just in that you can subcategory everything to thousands of different things. Why don't we do it? Because we don't believe in it. We don't do it because we don't believe in it. That's why we don't do it. If we would believe in it, we would never let go of the Siddur. So whose fault is it? It's our own fault. Everything that happens in our life is as our own doing. We have this new idea in this world. Blame the world, but don't blame me. Everyone's entitled and everyone's in fault besides me. What kind of shtiyot is this? What kind of crap is this? What's this new nonsense that came up to this world? It's a new thing. Everyone's in fault besides me. What kind of nonsense? How are you going to have a society like this? Soon the cops are going to get arrested for arresting the robber. Why are you arresting me? This is who I am. That's what's going to be. Stone v'amorah. A person is chayav to buy new clothes before Rosh Hashanah. Both man and woman, they have to buy new clothes. The woman have to make sure it's tsanua, it's not too provocative. The men have to make sure that the clothes don't have any shatnez. Last week's parasha, no wool and linen together, they have to go check it. They have to make sure it's not too much bodegi. Put the nose down a little bit. Get off the high heel. Relax yourself. Calm down. Who are you showing off to? Those gold diggers? The ones that you're going to say, Rabbi, why I married her? She's killing me, Rabbi, I can't handle her. Of course. You try to impress those kind of girls. That's the kind of girls you got. Rosh Hashanah. Everyone has to take a haircut. Everyone has to cut their nails. Dipping the apple in the honey is not important. Hearing the shofar is more important. Everyone's excited to dip the apple, to dip this, to dip that. Oh, Rabbi, I did. It's like a mitzvah aseh min Torah. I go to people's houses. I know on Rosh Hashanah. Oh my. They don't hear the shofar, but they're happy they dipped the apple in the honey. This is retarded. I'm sorry. I have to break it to you. As kaf zchut, I love to give to every Jew. This is wrong kaf zchut. Anyone has some sense of knowledge, you go and you listen to the shofar. You go daven. What's Rosh Hashanah prayer? You know what Rosh Hashanah prayer is? We're publicizing and announcing that God is our king. That's exactly what we're doing. We're publicizing to the world, Hashem is our king. We have a king and it's God. That's our king. The problem is we don't believe it. We think a king, God has to give me what I want. God doesn't need to give you anything. Let me break it to you. Did you earn it? If you earned it, you'll get it. If you don't earn it, you won't get it.
I have a question.
Sure. On this topic, right?
Yes, similar to Shoshana related. So I was learning in school about like the 4 things you have to do in order to get like teshuva. How you have to like charalta, you have to regret it. There's like 4 things specific.
Yes.
So let's say it's something that comes very challenging to you, and you like regret what you did and you know it's wrong. But when you're asking Hashem for forgiveness, like, let's say for example a person that's like struggled with keeping Shabbat, and they're like, Hashem, like I'm sorry all the times I broke Shabbat this year, like forgive me. But you know in your head that you might like you're gonna do it.
This is what happens when you don't come to my shurim. Last week I spoke about this, but I'll answer it to you.
It's not my fault.
I know, I'm not saying it's your fault. It's on YouTube, first of all. But I'm gonna answer you. I'll answer you. It's on YouTube, but I'll answer you anyways. God just doesn't judge on what will be. He judges on what's now. And we learn this from Ishmael. Ishmael did teshuvah, even though God knows that he's going to have kids that are going to be per adam, bad people. God said, I'm not judging him for what he did. Or what he's going, I'm not judging him for what he's going to do. I'm judging him for who he is right now. Right now he did teshuvah. Right now I'm judging him the way he is. And that's our problem. Our problem is we think that we won't do better, so we don't do at all. That's very problematic. If I would have to live my life based on the things that I'm going to do, I wouldn't be here where I am today. The fact that I took it a day at a time. Today I'm 1% better than yesterday. Today I'm 1% better than yesterday's 1%. And you live like that slowly, but to always get better. The problem is when we start to settle down. I'm good enough. I'm good enough. No, you're not. If you're good enough, you're going down. It could be challenging for you, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It's going to be challenging to be a mother. You still want to be a mother? Why? Of course, it's very challenging. I don't think you understand. It's extremely hard. There's going to be times you're going to want to throw your child off from the window. There will be. Any woman that says, no, God forbid, is lying. There's going to be times like that. You're going to feel that way. But you're not going to do it.
Yeah, but then I feel like it doesn't mean anything to God because you're saying one thing and then you do a completely other thing.
Don't think for God. How about that?
Yeah.
If you're doing it for what? You're doing it for your, like if you're asking Hashem, please help me. Like whatever it is that is hard for you. And then you go and Rosh Hashanah ends, everything is done, and then you go and you go back to the same routine.
That's why you can't stop. This is exactly what I was saying. Don't worry, this is our problem. This is also people's problems in marriages. They start to assume how their spouse feels. Like, did you ask? Did you express yourself? No. So how can you come to an assumption that he's supposed to know how I feel? What kind of nonsense is this? I'm not supposed to know how you feel. You're supposed to express yourself and tell me how you feel. God's telling you, I don't care what you think. I want you to be genuine. I know you want good, so pray for good. You'll do bad, no problem. You'll do the bad, but that doesn't mean if you do the bad, you still have to give up. Continue praying that you shouldn't do the bad. Eventually, what happens is that you'll build such a tolerance of prayer and not prayer robotic. Prayer meaning automatically you're going to overcome it. That's what happens. Consistency brings success. This is what we're forgetting. People think they're going to start a new job, they're going to be successful. I'm going to leave that job and I'm going to go to this job. No, you're not. The same way how you didn't make money there, you're not going to make money here. What's the difference? You didn't have consistency. You weren't a nudge. You weren't on top of your game. If you're not going to be on top of your game, you're not going to make money. If you're not going to be on top of your game in tefillah, you're not going to gain it. The first thing you have to do and learn and understand is you have to learn the Siddur. You must learn the Siddur. You have to understand what is Brachot HaShachar, what is Psukei Zimra, what is from Yishtabach, what is Shmoneh Esrei. You must learn it. The fight is every day, right? Your Yetzer Hara gives you the same challenges until you overcome it. Your Siddur is the same tefillah, the same exact words. What's the difference? Every single time you feel a different connection to it. We find an excuse not to because it's more convenient for us to say, I tried my best. But you're lying, you didn't try your best. Because if you have tried your best, you would succeed. You didn't succeed this time, you'll succeed the next time. You didn't succeed the next time, you'll succeed the time after. When a child doesn't want to suckle from his mother's nipple when it's born, right? And the child doesn't take it. Doesn't take a bottle either. Doesn't want to. You know what the doctors do? They force it down his throat in order for him to survive. And then slowly, he has no choice but to get used to it. And then he'll start eating either from his mother or from the bottle. That's how you have to be. You're not going to say, oh, he's a newborn, leave him alone, he doesn't have to eat. Oh, he's going to die. What do you mean doesn't have to eat? He's going to die. You want to bury your child? No. So force it down his throat. You're going to die. I'm going to tell it to you. It's going to happen to you. But you also might die spiritually. If you're not going to pick up your game, you will die spiritually. What does that mean? You will live a purposeless life. Running only for money, I promise to you, I have an old student. I post on my WhatsApp the different things that I do, Shabbatons and everything. This week, apparently, I posted a lot of things. Because when I got, my Rebbe told me, I want you to start posting. Okay. I had a student, he's very wealthy. Very, extremely wealthy. Every day he posts his new watches, his new bag, a new car. This demonagi, new chick here, do this, parties, marties. He texted me, he said, Rabbi, you have no idea how much I miss this. What's this? What was this? The Shabbatons, the rabbis, the chevre, they feeling close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He said, I miss it. I'm too ashamed to say it, but I'm not going to say his name. I miss it. I want it. Everyone wants that relationship with God. Not everyone is willing to admit it. Let me break it to you. The day you're going to stop caring what people think about you, that's the day you'll start being successful. As long as you care what the neighbor says, as long as you care what she says, what my friend here says, what this one says, you'll never grow in spirituality. So what? You'll stay on the Siddur for an extra 20 minutes. So what? So what if you have tears coming out? Or you're scared of your friends and say, oh, what happened? You became fanatic overnight? Chote. Macho, be a man. Get the hell out of my face. What do you mean be a man? What do you mean be a man? You know my problems, you know my challenges in my life. You know my addictions that I have, if it's to the internet, if it's to watching disgusting things, if it's to drugs, if it's to bad friends. There are people that are addicted to bad people. You know my problems in my life that you're telling me, you judging me that I'm standing and praying extra? Who the hell do you think you are? I want to pray because I want a connection to my Creator. You have an obligation. It's so beautiful. God obligates you to be healthy. Which religion tells you this? God obligates you to be healthy. And instead, what do you say? Nah, I'm comfortable being sick, but thank you. I'm good. Don't worry. I'll be sick, and I'll think about you only when I need you, and we'll keep our relationship like that. You became crazy. Why do you think you're sick now? You want to know why you're sick?
I have allergies.
No, you don't have allergies. You don't pray that your allergies should go away. I'm telling you this. I guarantee it to you. I'm telling it to you. I've seen my Rebbeim tell this to my students. I saw my Rebbeim say this to my own classmates. Black and white. He said, you're not praying enough. If you would pray, you wouldn't have it. And we looked at each other. Rabbi, fanatic. She said, you lost your brain. I'm telling you, the kids prayed. It went away. Deficiency of vitamin. You were born this way. Shtuyot. Pray! That's all he wants from you. What is he asking? He's asking you to be healthy, to be mentally, physically, psychologically healthy. And instead, what do we say? I'd rather blow my nose and say allergies.
Yeah, you're fine.
Majnun.
Better. Nature.
Ana teva. Majnun. Crazy people. You want to know why? Because it's easier to blame than to work. When you need to work, you know you need something to improve. When you need to blame, you know you're perfect. Baby, I'm perfect. It's not me, it's my boss's fault. He's crazy. I never understood when an employee said that about their boss. I would fire him on the spot. I'm like that, crazy. I would fire you without even thinking. You're fired. Blame somebody else now. Oh, I have a family. I don't care. It's your problem, not my problem. Because if you don't have that tab of I want to improve, I want to be better, then you'll never be a good employee. Ever. If you don't have that nature, which all Jews have, this nature of I want good, I want to progress, I want to grow, but everyone's going to look at me weird. Rabbi, I'm still in high school, or I just started college, I'm going out, I'm with friends, I cannot stop to say Tehillim or to pray or to... Who gives a about them? Those people don't live in your life. Why is that so hard to comprehend for this generation? Stop caring what the people say. God created you. I think He knows what's good for you. That's it. I think everyone before Rosh Hashanah should take upon themselves to at least learn the Shemona Esrei of Rosh Hashanah. Learn it. Understand the Musaf and the Amidah of Shacharit. Take it. They have it everywhere online. Read the English. Read it before you start davening. It's okay to cry. It's okay. Nothing wrong with crying. You're not a simp if you cry. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know this. I'm a man. A man has to also learn how to cry sometimes. It's not a problem. Nothing wrong with it. The Ben Ish Chai Rav Asher, it was his Yortzeit. And Chodesh Elul, he wouldn't move away from the cemetery. He would cry by all the tzaddikim there. We're getting judged. I'm not telling you now to go to Kfarim. I'm just telling you his devotion to wanting a better... You know how he passed away? He was coming home from a cemetery. He was coming home from davening. He passed away on the street. Yes. Aboisai. We're talking about Gdolei Olam. Giants. He shouldn't have said, oh, I'm a rabbi. How can I be in the cemetery? I have to be with the people. I just collect everyone's money from them. Ganav ben Ganav. He didn't say that. He said, I'm going to go daven. I'm going to daven for Klal Yisrael. I'm going to daven for myself. Because until you're not going to daven, you're not going to grow. I guarantee it to you. Does anyone have any questions? No? We'll ask in the next segment. Thank you.